Hello, a very good afternoon. Okay, so first of all, thanks for still staying back for this session. Okay, my name is Washon. I'm a solutions architect from Red Hat. You can hear that I'm not at the best of my form. Yeah, I never was, in fact. So I'm having a little sore throat today, so yeah, please bear with me for the next half an hour or so. If you can't hear clearly what I'm talking about, yeah, just feel free to shout out from your seats. Okay, so today I'm going to talk about API-centric Agile integration. Okay, quite a mouthful. Okay, essentially, this is how we see as a forward-looking and a comprehensive integration strategy. Okay, that I would say deal with the evolving application development landscape. Okay, we are seeing, like what Anne has just mentioned, a lot of customers are moving to a more decentralized, distributed way to build apps. Okay, in terms of the integration functions, we believe that we have to keep up as well. Okay, to incorporate some of the similar elements of being events-based, okay, being distributed. Okay, we have to stay aligned with how applications are built in order to keep the integration functions relevant. Okay, so essentially, this is what I'm going to cover, okay, for the day. Okay, so I'll start off by sharing a bit of, how we see the changing world. Okay, the things have changed in the integration space. Okay, I'm not going to bore you with all the digital transformation stories, okay, but we have seen it happen before our eyes. Okay. Traditional business being disrupted by new entrants, okay, to the market. Okay, we are talking about the new players that possess the technology capabilities, okay, to deliver new customer experience, new services, and they're able to do this in a more efficient way. Okay, so we kind of see that one of the key business capability today is how fast you react to changes, agility. Okay, and if you want to realize agility, we are talking about having new ways to do things, having new technology capabilities, having new processes, okay, to ensure you reach that state. Yeah, I'm going to talk a lot about all those jargons. Okay, so I believe another theme that you heard quite often will be that every company today has to be a software company, okay, or has to be a technology company. Okay, basically this underscores the fact that no matter what kind of services or products that you need to deliver, okay, what is important that you need to think and act like a software company. Okay, we believe that technology software will be the source of innovation, will be the source where you build your capabilities from. Okay, whereby you can drive innovations and so on. So companies that adapt quickly to new technologies, okay, they will be able to gain a foothold in the market. Okay, they will be able to get that edge compared to the other players, okay, in the industry. But doing that change, okay, basically requires a few steps. Okay, first of all, you need to understand what are the impact of technology, okay, to your business and to your customers. And you need to make change, okay? It is pointless if you just keep on talking about it. So we have seen it happen, okay? So customers are, breaking up their monolithic applications, okay, into smaller bite-sized independent micro or mini services. We have seen them move their workload to the cloud. Okay, it's happening at a very crazy speed now, and we have seen a lot of customers also moving out of the traditional waterfall approach, okay, to build things in a more agile way. They talk about DevOps. They bring in automation, okay, as part of their process to deliver and to build new services. Okay, so the goal here is to focus on improving the capability of your business. Okay, you want to be fast, you want to be agile, and you want things to stay under control. Okay, so these are some of the key things that we need to be mindful. Okay, how the industry is changing. Okay, whether you're talking about building apps or whether you're talking about integration functions as well. So of course, since we are talking about integration today, okay, as part of your transformation, okay, integration will be a critical component, okay, for the success of your digital platform or your digital business. Okay, so you know, when we have integration done well, you can use it to expand your partner ecosystem, your supplier ecosystem. So that kind of connectivity, okay, will facilitate data exchange. They can be done in a reliable way, in an automated way, and you improve your productivity, you improve your cost. So integration done right also allows you to reach out to more customers, okay, in more ways, okay. You build mobile apps, or you expose your API to allow third-party applications to build better apps beyond the capability of what your own companies can do. Integration will also allow you to have access to data, okay, have access to performance indicators, trends, okay, where you can study the behavior of your customers, how they are spending, how they are buying, all the downtrends, uptrends, and this will in turn serve as feedback into your own business for you to refine your business strategy, okay, your business direction. Okay, so it simply highlights how important integration is, okay, when you are thinking of moving to a next step and you want to be able to react fast enough, okay, to whatever is changing in your business world. And of course, integration is not something new, okay, even at my age, okay, it's something that has been there since I last remember, okay, when I first stepped into IT, integration is already there, and I think it has served us well, okay. From the perspective of abstracting all the underlying complexity, from the perspective of simplifying integrations, okay, to prevent system-to-system communications from turning into a integration mess, I think integration solutions that we've seen today has done a very good job. And typically, what we have seen for the past years, past decades, they are mostly centralized, integrated, centrally managed kind of integration solution. Okay, what he has done his job well, but if we fast forward to the state we are in today, I'm going to repeat myself to talk about how customers are decomposing their monolithic applications, okay, they are moving to the cloud, okay, they are adopting DevOps practices and so on. It becomes a challenge, okay, if we manage our integration functions using the same old centrally managed way, okay, in the context of how things are moving in the application world. So just imagine a team which has the full autonomy and the independence, okay, to deliver their own microservice, okay, who decides how fast and how vigorous they want to roll out new services and so on. But when it comes to integration, when it comes to talking to a third-party system, they will still need to go back to a centrally managed team and if I can say, at their mercy to decide when integration can take place. Okay, something doesn't gel well here. Okay, so what I believe is that integration has to be close to your application development. Okay, it has to take place right where your application development is happening. Okay, wherever your digital assets are, in the cloud, sure, on premise as well. So we want to make integration functions easy to be distributed, easy to be deployed, and easy to be changed as well. And again, making those changes requires us to refine the way that we work, refine the way that we build our application infra, change the way we look at our development process as well. And a few ways that we can start doing this is, of course, like I've mentioned, we first have to recognize that agility is one of the key business capability, okay? And secondly, we also have to understand or recognize that, you know, almost every organization, okay, they probably still have, in terms of both organization and a technology perspective, they still have a centrally managed integration solution, okay, if they have one, that is impeding agility from taking place, that will need some changes, okay, to break through all these centralized bottlenecks, okay, in order to leverage the kind of values that agile integration, okay, can bring to them. Okay, so again, we are not saying that centrally managed solutions are bad, okay, but they still have their value today, but if you take that into the context of how the applications development are moving, are changing, Okay, this is where we need to take a second look. Okay, so what do we see as the blueprint or some of the key components and capabilities when we talk about API-centric Agile integration? Okay, typically we break them into three key pillars. Okay, one is distributed integration. We will talk about having containers or having a containerized platform being one of the capability as well. APIs is another important piece as well. Okay, so to start with distributed integration, okay, we basically want our integration functions to be easy to deploy, okay, to be easy to change. So essentially, this distributed integration is one of the key ingredient that makes your integration agile. Okay, we see agile integration, distributed integration having the characteristic of being lightweight, pattern-based, message or events-oriented. Okay, and it has to be easy for you to deploy. Okay, where you want these integration functions to be at. Okay, and if we just move on to APIs. Okay, so I believe API is something that is not unfamiliar to you. Okay, basically it's the building block of digital platforms. Okay, I would say it's a language of all the digital systems we have today, of all the digital ecosystems. Basically, it provides very well-defined and reusable services endpoint, okay, that allows systems to talk to each other. Okay, and we know the importance of API when it comes to how you use it to extend your ecosystem. And so when APIs becomes important, becomes a asset to your company, okay, we have to think about the need to secure them, to manage them, okay, and we also need to think of a way to systematically share the APIs as well. Okay, so distributed integration and APIs, okay, two very good integration capabilities. Okay, so now to complete the puzzle, we need a very robust, a very agile infrastructure to run them. Okay, so this is where we bring the container platforms in. So imagine your ESB, I would say in quote, or your integration functions, they are now deployable as containers, the lightweights, and you know it's very easy to scale. Thank you. Yeah. Is that an indication that my voice is going down? Sorry for the disruption. Yeah. So, yeah. So container platform provides that very agile and efficient platform, okay, for you to scale your integration functions at will. And it also gives you all the out-of-the-box capability, resiliency, load balancing, okay? And if you use the right container platform, it will even bring in all the DevOps, all the developer-friendly capabilities for you to really speed up your entire end-to-end process to push out all your integration functions, okay? So this is, in essence, our three key capabilities when we talk about agile integration. So how is Red Hat going to realize this kind of agile integration capabilities? We will start talking about it from our core integration product. Okay, so we have Red Hat Fuse. Okay, we have Red Hat AMQ, and our Red Hat API management platform. Okay, so using these three core products, you can build and connect your services in using modern ways, using a modern infrastructure. Okay, and I will talk more about them in the subsequent slides. Okay, and of course, not a surprise, okay, the products I mentioned, they fit just right nicely into the three key capabilities that I have mentioned about. Okay, so for the distributed integration, recall that the characteristic of lightweight, pattern-based. So this is where Red Hat Fuse comes into a picture. So Red Hat Fuse is our integration solution. Okay, it's based on Camel, for those who are familiar with the open source software. And you know, Camel comes with many out-of-the-box implemented enterprise architecture in terms of the integration. It also comes with a lot of predefined, pre-built connectors or components that lets you talk in 150 or more different protocols or to different endpoints and so on. So that it abstracts developers from a lot of all those underlying complexities when it comes to integration. And of course, AMQ, the other product in this pillar, is our very high performance, secured, and again, lightweight messaging platform. So this will fulfill the part when we talk about the events-oriented messaging-based kind of integration use case. And both runs nicely on our container platform, okay, which relies against that agility that we want to, that we were talking about as part of the capabilities. Okay, in terms of the API, we have our 3-scale API management platform, okay, which basically provides functions for you to, secure and manage your APIs, okay. It helps organization treat your APIs like products, okay, you manage your life cycle. And of course, this runs on OpenShift as well, okay, which again, bring me to the point on the center pillar, okay. We have an OpenShift container platform to realize the capabilities of containerization. Okay, I'll talk a bit more on JBoss Fuse. Okay, so JBoss Fuse basically started off as just a typical ESB kind of a product, okay, but it has evolved to be a distributed cloud-native kind of integration solution, okay. So besides the Fuse standalone, where, today if you have some centrally managed kind of integration story, you want to run this solution on your VMs, on your bare metal, that is your go-to component. Okay, you want to run it on a containerized platform, we have Fuse on OpenShift. For Fuse Online, or what we call as our integration platform as a service, okay, I've done a demo this morning. I'm not sure, were you there or can you see the screen? But essentially, this is a fully hosted solution in the cloud, okay? And it provides a low-code, a kind of heavy UI kind of experience for citizen integrators, okay? Folks who does not do low-level technical work, and using the tool itself, it will provide a very comprehensive data mapping, okay, a lot of data definition kind of tools for them to realize some straightforward integration use case. Okay, so I've basically talked about this. And okay, and on the 3-scale API management, okay, again, this will be our 3-scale API solution, our API management solution. So besides just doing the securing, rate limiting, those kind of a typical functionalities, okay, what we are able to do is that a few characteristics is that it has an out-of-the-box developer portal for you to make it easy to share your APIs, okay, to the external or to your internal developer community. We also provide analytic function for you to derive data out of how your APIs are being used, and then you can use that to charge for the usage of your APIs as well. And our 3-scale API management platform, okay, we are in the Gartner Magic Quadrant, okay, for full lifecycle API management, and we also are award winner in the SIA. I think it stands for Software and Information Industry Association. Okay, we won a couple of awards, okay, for the last 2 years. And lastly, Red AMQ, okay, our messaging platform. Okay, so similar to Fuse, it has gone through its evolution of its own. Started off as that typical messaging broker that supports all the industry standards, AMQP, MQTT, JMS, OpenWire, and so on. And it has evolved into a few different variations as well. Okay, we have interconnect, which is basically based on the Apache Cubic router. So if you're thinking of a massive fault-tolerant kind of a messaging mesh with a lot of client and a lot of messaging broker endpoint, okay, think microservices again. If you need that kind of solution, okay, go to AMQ interconnect. We have also just GAMQ streams, okay, based on Kafka. Okay, if you need low throughput, okay, high throughput, low latency kind of use case, just testing whether you're still awake, you go to streams, okay? We also have something in Tech Preview, AMQ Online, okay, which is similar to what we provide in Fuse Online as well, okay? A low coding kind of environment for you to, you know, make integration between, in the form of messaging. Okay, just to quickly go through one or two use cases before I call it a day, as time is running out. Okay, so I want to share this use case of Lufthansa Technik. Okay, so basically they are in the business of aircraft maintenance, aircraft operations, and they are using data. They want to build predictive analytics capability to optimize the maintenance schedule of their planes. Okay, they want to cut down delays, they want to improve costs, improve productivities. Okay, so if you build a data platform, you will need a good solution to pull data from multiple sources so that your back-end analytic platform can make good use of the data that they pull in. Okay, so Fuse was used in that project itself, and they also use 3 scales to expose their internal APIs, okay, to third-party developers. And the third-party developers basically make good use of the APIs. Okay, they came up with a lot of good applications for them to improve their day-to-day ops. Okay, second use case, AVIVA. Okay, so to cut the story short, when the insurance giant, when they bought over a new company, okay, this is more of a JBoss middleware as a whole, with JBoss Fuse featured heavily into it as well. So they want to replace one of the bond management workflow system. And with the help of our consultants, with the help of the entire JBoss middleware, okay, they roll out a newer, better system, okay, within 6 months to replace the bond system that was brought in by that acquisition. Okay, if you want more information, yeah, this can be found online, or I'm happy to have a chat, okay, after this. So as a quick takeaway of today's session, okay, just want to highlight a few points from these slides. Okay, you know, no one is safe from disruption, and if we realize that being agile is one of the key capabilities for you to prevent you from being disrupted, okay, relook at how you do integration, and Red Hat has the exact solutions to help you to do that. Yeah, and with that, I think my time is up as well, and I thank you for your wonderful attention. Thank you.